This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of
So welcome
Marlon
back to
Dixon.
Duffle LO to sit down, and we're moving right along. Last video I told you guys about China creating the artificial moon. In this video, we're going to talk about China creating the artificial sun. I'm not just going to tell you about it and read the article. I'm going to show you. So let me share my screen so y'all can see what it is that I'm talking about. Here we go, right here, you guys. What does that say? China's $1 trillion artificial sun fusion reactor just got 5 times hotter than the sun by being Turner. And this was published 1 day ago. So like I told you guys, today is January 12th. This from yesterday, January 11th. The experimental fusion reactor could help to unlock near limitless clean energy. Now, let me show y'all how China already living in like 2060. They created an artificial moon to save $170 million a year on electricity. That's $170 million that they can invest into their infrastructure or into their investments to grow the economy. This is telling y'all that they doing an experiment on a artificial sun, and this is going to unlock near limitless clean energy. Let me explain to you how. If you understand the solar panels get the solars from the sun, and it gets that energy from the sun and it stores it. If they're creating an artificial sun that's 5 times hotter than the sun, and they get all these solar panels all around, and the fake sun that they throw up there is going to take all that energy, and it's 5 times hotter than the sun. So it's 5 times hotter than the sun, and it's way closer to the earth than the sun. Don't you think that they'll be able to boot all those solar panels up to store all that energy way faster? So they saving 170 million with a artificial moon. How much do you think they're gonna save with a artificial sun? Let's get into the article. Like, share, subscribe. Please share this, because this is real. China's artificial sun, a tokamak reactor, has reached plasma temperatures 5 times hotter than the sun in a new record. China's artificial sun has set a new world record after superheating a loop of plasma to temperatures 5 times hotter than the sun for more than 17 minutes, state media reported. So now let's think about this. If you guys are not researchers and you're not into the science, you wouldn't understand that the rays from the sun, it takes 8 minutes for them to get from the sun to hit you on Earth. Even though you outside and you straight feel it, them 8 minutes old. To get them new ones, you got to stand outside for 8 minutes. If they got this 5 times hotter than the sun and they able to put that in the air for 17 minutes, do you know how much energy they're going to withdraw from that in 17 minutes? You wonder why their cities is going to be powered. Free energy, free electricity, free energy. China's the future. I see it right now. I'm just letting you guys know. That's why I got my red, white, my gold, because I know where this is going. Trust me, I done read all these articles that I'm gonna talk to you guys about. You guys will see by the end of it. The East, experimental advanced superconducting tokamak nuclear fusion reactor maintain a temperature of 158 million degrees Fahrenheit. That's 70 million degrees Celsius for 1,056 seconds, according to the Xinhua news agency. The achievement brings scientists a small yet significant step closer to the creation of a source of near unlimited clean energy. That's the future. Fossil fuels is gone. Oil is gone. All that stuff is gone. Everybody is getting ready to go solar. With everybody going to go solar and it's going to be clean, China is ahead of everybody, because guess what? They're going to create their own clean energy by having this sun and having this moon. Dragon Ball Z, they showed you this already. This is why this is my favorite cartoon, because I knew where it was going. They're going to save 170 million with the moon, and I can guarantee you they're going to save over at least probably, I want to say upwards of $500 million, if not $1 billion, with them creating their own clean energy. And then you think that they're not going to sell this technology to other countries? So they're going to make even more money by leasing it. They're not going to sell it. They're going to lease this. Or, hey, we'll bring this and then we'll create the sun for you. And then you got to think this is 2022. They're going to get better and better at it in the next 10 years. Mark my words. The Chinese experimental nuclear fusion reactor smashed the previous record set by France's tour Super Tokamak in 2003. France on the same thing. Y'all better look at Angels and Demons. Y'all better look at the movie Angels and Demons. Let y'all look at that. Where plasma in a coiling loop remained at a similar temperatures for 390 seconds. East had previously set another record in May 2021 by running for 101 seconds at an unprecedented 216 million degrees Fahrenheit. The core of the actual sun, by contrast, reaches temperature of around 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. They're creating something that's hotter than the core of the sun, but that's hypothetical. Nobody actually reached the core of the sun for them to actually really know how hot the core of the sun is, but they calculations and they algorithms say so. So what they coming up with, they're saying that they're what is it called? Their artificial sun is hotter than the real sun. Okay. The recent operation lays a solid scientific and experimental foundation towards the running of a fusion reactor. Experiment leader Gong Zhangzhu, a researcher at the Institute of Plasma Physics of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, said in a statement. This is getting real, ladies and gentlemen. This is the race to the future. And these people already they spent $1 trillion on this. Scientists have been trying to harness the power of nuclear fusion, the process which stars burn for more than 70 years by fusing hydrogen atoms to make helium under extremely high pressures and temperatures. So-called main sequence stars are able to convert matter into light and heat, generate enormous amounts of energy without producing greenhouse gases or long-lasting radioactive waste. So now when they say greenhouse gases and long-lasting radioactive waste, you wonder why. Check out the movie Godzilla. Why Godzilla is made over there in China, and why, if you look in China, they have a lot of land and a lot of areas over there that's so radioactive that nobody can go over there, because they already been doing this for 70 years. Let's count. If Dragon Ball Z came out in 1974, and you understand back then they had to draw all that stuff, they had to do the voiceovers and all this and all that, so you know they had already had to been working that in the 60s. So let's say they started in 1960, 1970, 80, 90, 2000, 10, 20. That's 60 years. That's why they was able to put that in that cartoon, because they already had been working on it for over 70 years. You guys got to understand what all this is saying. But replicating the conditions found inside the hearts of stars is no simple task. The most common design for fusion reactors, the tokamak, works by superheating plasma, one of the 4 states of matter consisting of positive ions and negatively charged free electrons, before trapping it inside a donut-shaped reactor chamber with powerful magnetic fields. When you go and you donate blood, and you can either donate the blood or you can donate plasma. When you donate plasma, they got to hook you up to 2 machines, to where they're going to take the blood out over here, and then they're going to put it back in over there. Why? Because when they take the blood out over here, they taking just the plasma out of it, and then they putting the blood without the plasma back in you. That's what they're doing when you go to these, when you go to donate blood. But you have this energy inside of your blood. You have to understand. That's why I'm wearing red, because I totally understand this on a deeper level, and I don't want to go too deep on you guys, because some of you guys may have been just introduced to this, but trust me, this stuff is deeper than I'm letting off. Keeping the turbulent at superheated coils of plasma in place long enough for nuclear fusion to happen, however, has been a painstaking process. Soviet scientist Nate Yavlinsky designed the first tokamak in 1958. That's how long they've been working on this. Well, I just said 1960. Look how close I was. 1958. That's 2 years away. But no one has ever managed to create an experimental reactor that is able to put out more energy than it takes in. You take in 2 grams of energy, but you're able to put out 10 grams of energy. One of the main stumbling blocks has been how to handle a plasma that's hot enough to fuse. Fusion reactors require very high temperatures, many times hotter than the sun, because they have to operate at much lower pressures than where fusion naturally takes place inside the cores of stars. Cooking plasma to temperatures hotter than the sun is the relatively easy part, but finding a way to corral it so that it doesn't burn through the reactor walls, either with lasers or magnetic fields, without also ruining the fusion process is technically tricky. Think about this. It's so hot in the inside of this machine. They got to make sure that the machine doesn't explode. They got to make sure that it doesn't melt all the other parts on the outside of it. So they have to be using something, some form of metal, wink, wink, or some form of carbon, wink, wink, that is going to be able to withstand that heat. Understand that. East is expected to cost China more than $1 trillion by the time the experiment finishes running in June. And it is being used to test out technologies for an even bigger fusion project, the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, ITER, that's currently being built in Marseille, France. Even bigger. So is they trying to put another sun up with the sun to stay up there? Uh-oh. Set to be the world's largest nuclear reactor and product of collaboration between 35 countries, including every state in the European Union, the UK, China, India, and the US. ITER contains the world's most powerful magnet, making it capable of producing a magnetic field 280,000 times as strong as the one around the Earth. Oh my God. They creating a whole nother planet. They are creating a whole nother sun, a whole nother moon, a magnetic field that's as strong as the Earth. You wonder why all these 22 tornadoes and all the ice caps is melting and all this? Okay. Live Science previously reported the fusion reactor is expected to come online in 2025, and it will provide scientists with even more insights into the practicalities of harnessing star power on Earth. China is also pursuing more of its own programs to develop nuclear fusion power. It is conducting inertial confinement fusion experiments and is planning to complete a new tokamak by the early 2030s. I told y'all, China already living in like 2080 or something, because if they already understanding that this is going to come online in 2025, that means it's 2022 right now. They already working on this, which means this already going on in the lab. You see, they've been working on this since 58. Since 58, they just put a they want a whole new one by 2030. China want a whole new one. So the 1 trillion that they just spent on this one in 2022, they want a whole new one by 2030. There's gonna be even more stronger. What? Stay right here. Elsewhere, the first viable fusion reactor could be completed in the United States as soon as 2025. And the British company hopes to commercially generate electricity from fusion by 2030. They are trying to create something that's going to generate free energy, but they still going to charge everybody else for it. That's what's so crazy. So now that's that. Let's exit out of that one. We had that one. This is what I want to show you guys. Now, this is the video of the actual sun. This is the sun. Shout out to WorldStar. Let me show you guys so you guys can see this. I gotta let you guys see this big. 30 seconds. Watch this. They already there. Y'all just seen them they put a whole sun, They created a whole sun and put it up in the sky. Let me say that again. They created an artificial, which means man-made, sun and put it in the sky. They already did the moon, and now they did the sun. You know how much money they're gonna be saving off energy when they creating their own energy? Listen to what they said. it's kicking out more energy than it took in, which means they only gonna put this much amount of energy into it, but they plan on getting this much amount of energy out of it. See, I told y'all, this it's finna get deeper. We about to go. We about to go deep. We about to go so deep. I'm gonna show y'all everything with me having this on, all China. Everything's about China. You want to start with the moon, then you go to the sun. And I did that in that order for a reason. You guys got to understand the sun and the moon. Understand the sun and the moon. I'm a Cancer, so I understand the up and down. I understand the as above, so below. I understand the in and out. I understand the alpha and the omega. You guys got to understand this stuff. Because they understand this stuff and they understand the energy. And when you understand energy and you understand the law of thermodynamics, look into that, law of conservation of energy. You need to understand these terms and not just understand them as, oh, I heard that term. No, you need to understand, understand these terms for you to actually know what's really going on in the world. Because it's coming. It's already here. I can't even say it's coming. It's already here. And they want a bigger machine by 2030. The US talking about their stuff in 2025. So you see how, I'm gonna go a little political, then I'm ended. You see how Trump tried to stop a lot of stuff with China. He tried to put the embargoes on China. Biden ain't do that. They let China do what they're doing because they know what China's doing, and China probably gonna end up hitting them off for something because China is investing over here in the land in the US right now. They invested a lot over here in the land over here. So that, okay, it's a trade-off. We'll let y'all go ahead and invest in our land for y'all to put one of them same little reactors over here in the land that y'all purchased. Prosper through adversity. Y'all know that's what I say. That's all I say. I want y'all to definitely do that. Duffle LO. Don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively. No matter what city, state, or country is in, every hood is the same. If ain't nobody told you that they love you today, I'm going to tell it to you because I love you. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you learned something in this video. On to the next one.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.